And the beauty of the information I'm giving you, this information was not passed by any other officer. I personally did it myself in the briefing with parents. So no single parent of all those students will say we told them that the county will pay. We agreed with my members of county assembly then that in order for this program in the future to support even children from very vulnerable families, we need to amend our County Education Revolving Fund Act to cater for overseas training. And we did that. Fortunately or unfortunately, of course, we were caught up with time of transition, and would have naturally expected that the successive county governments would look at the act, and probably if there will be additional resources to counties in the future, sufficient resources, then the county would be able to even fund that program. Because of that interference with those parents, then there was modification of the requirements now from the Finnish universities and the immigration. And the immigration departments began now asking for bank statements from students to show their capacity for subsistence living while studying in Finland. We were able to engage the universities and the immigration, and the students were able to travel. In the initial start of the program, in our negotiation, we negotiated so that parents would pay only the first semester fee, which was 60% of the fees for the whole year. And the second semester fee would be 40%. And the work permit and the visa. And by that time, no bank statement was required from any student. And we also, at that point initially, there was no requirement for proof of payment or accommodation for university. The total cost of the program was to be fully covered by the parents, as I've said, and for students to get visa. The immigration, the Finnish immigration and the embassy required that as county government, we provide proof of payment of fees so that students can now go to the embassy for their visas. Therefore, during that time, we paid all the money to the universities, and universities provided a proof of payment, and that is what was provided to the embassy, and that is what enabled the students to get their visas, and that is how the students were able to travel to Finland. Now, in the course of that execution, people have been asking about this trust fund. Is it trust? Is it a county? Is it government? Is it private? Ladies and gentlemen, when you are elected to leadership, your role is to provide leadership and solutions whenever there are challenges. When we were running this program and we started, it is not only this county. We started this program with county government of Wilkio Marakwet. And you remember very well, the then governor of Wilkio Marakwet, Governor told us, we had very good working relationship between the two counties. Elgeyo Marakwet County were able to process the first 28 students. But what was the challenge they experienced? Parents paid in funds to the county revenue account. And you know the process of getting money from the county revenue account, ladies and gentlemen, number one, it must be in the budget. Number two, you must requisition, and the controller of budget must approve. Now, considering that this is not a budgetary item, when the money was paid there, Elgeyo Marakwet County had a difficulty in getting that money so that they paid the universities. What did we do as county government of Uasin Gishu? We learned from that experience, and we asked ourselves, how are we going to make sure that these fees collected from parents, which is not government money, is going to reach the university on time? And remember, ladies and gentlemen, We are dealing with universities and institutions that respect timelines. And we had no option ourselves, but we also make sure we respect those timelines so that we become honorable people. In our wisdom, we decided to establish Uasin-Gishu County Overseas Trust Fund. Who are the trustees of this trust fund? They are the same members who are board members of the County Education Revolving Fund, who ran the daily operations of the program. They are the same staff that we seconded from the Department of the County Education Revolving Fund to run the program. So basically, as county, this was a county program. And the program was managed. And the reason we wanted to do that is to make sure that, number one, we are able to pay fees on time. Number three, we have officers who we can ask them, who are accountable to a government system. They are government employees, and we were mitigating on the risk of getting people who are not employees of government to run such program that was core and centered to us in terms of helping the youth. We were able to run that program smoothly. But in the course of time, people realized that this program is getting very successful, and some agents actually wanted to interfere with the program because they wanted to run this program. Tampere University, we were introduced by an agent called Max Globe. And we worked with them until the student went. But in our agreement, I was very cautious as the governor, because we say, we shall pay you your agency fee, but we shall never allow you to handle the issue of school fees. You are all aware that when the petitions were being submitted at the county assembly, they are busy asking parents to pay fees through the institution. Something I had guarded against because we needed to protect parents' money. And I thought, in the best interest of the county and the parents, let the trust run the funds. Members of the trust are members of the County Education Revolving Fund. The people who run daily operations are staff members of the county government of Uasin-Gishu. In terms of accountability and getting people to account and progress, in my best understanding and knowledge, that was the best decision that we did at that time. Now, the gist of the petition that was supplied to county assembly. Part of the things they asked in the petition is to say, parents were not supposed to pay fees. I have repeated here, and I want you to ask those parents. And I know you have their names. And I want you to call those parents and their colleague parents in the same class who attended the same sensitization, because it is not possible that a set of parents heard that you are paying fees and another set of parents heard that they were not paying fees. It is not possible. I mean, this was broad daylight and everybody understand. Now, what triggered some of the issues that put the program almost in jeopardy? When we transited, gentlemen, and you know the program was running, and this is a county, and county is perpetual. The new administration, whether through the officers or themselves, wrote to the universities, making inquiries. And the universities, particularly Tampere, responded to that email. And I wish, I don't know whether my staff here at the Senate office can be able to get that copy so that you understand. We have never known the contents of what they wrote the university, but at least we have a response of an email that was written. It was alleged it was written by the deputy governor, but the deputy governor has since said he never wrote. But the reply of the email was copied to the deputy governor and the officers who were running the program. Gentlemen, by that time I had already left. The breakdown of the students that we took to those universities is Tampere University of Applied Science, we had a degree program for nursing. The degree program had 50 students. And we had a physiotherapy program that had 25 students. We had a course called practical nursing. It took 26 students. And we had a course for welding. When some activists go out there making allegations that we told the institution parents that students are going to do aeronautical engineering, gentlemen, at least I understand the difference between aeronautical engineering and welding. We took 10 students to do welding, and already the batch of welding students have already graduated. We had a second university called Uvascular, who took 25 students for degree in nursing. All those I've talked about are students who are already in Finland. We had LUT University that took students for degree program, 25 students. Then we had Laurea University of Applied Science. It took 154 students for a degree in nursing. They are already in Finland. 78 of the students for degree of nursing in Laurea University are still in the country. Metropolia University of Applied Science took 15 students for ICT. The students are still in the country waiting for visas. Then the seventh university is Gracia University, Gracia Vocational Training Consortium, that took students for practical nursing, 48 of them, they are awaiting visas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are aware that the term, and my term as the governor of this county, ended after we had the elections of 2022. And I handed over the reins of power as a governor to the next administration on the 25th of August 2022. And part of the things we handed over is this program, because it was squarely falling under the Department of Education, Youth and Sports. When we handed over on the 25th of August, the cash in the bank, and we are not talking about Juagali Bank, we are talking about Tier 1 bank in this country, Kenya Commercial Bank, account number 128 59 22 778, the amount of money that was in that account on that day was 37,529,329.06. I will give you a certified copy of the bank statement, so that when somebody says there was only 1 million in the account, then they have to produce their own bank statement. And while they're there, let me revisit an issue that occurred. In between there, during the petition by parents, there was a bank statement that was circulating in the media. That bank statement of this account was printed at KCB Moisbridge branch by a collusion of some board members and the staff in KCB. The people who printed the statement are not authorized signatories of that account. Those who know themselves and prevailed upon Kenya Commercial Bank not to fire that staff, they know themselves. So it is them to explain what was their interest in trying to edit bank statements, yet we can get original bank statements. And you see, DCI can always get copies of these accounts when they want. ESCC will get. In the same bank, we had funds that had been placed in students' accounts in the same bank, but locked up funds amounting to 67,200,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I left office, the total amount of money in the trust accounts and students' accounts locked up amounted to 104,729,329.6. When people make wild allegations and say Mandago took the money, all of you operate in this country and you operate bank accounts. If you can't get a million shillings without explanation, even when you get a loan from the same bank, and once the money is in your account and you want to withdraw, you will be asked to explain what the money is going to do. How possible is it that you can withdraw 104 million? Gentlemen, you know it is good to be truthful. This information is available. The county has. They are the ones running the program. But the bank statement showing 37 million, and even the bank statement showing when the money was placed for student account, certified copies, totaling to 67,200,000. I will avail to you copies so that those who say they had 1.8 million in the account can then tell us, so when I left, where did the rest of the money go? We had another program, ladies and gentlemen, following the success of that Finnish universities program. And I want to say at this point in time that I'm grateful to the Finnish universities for giving Kenyan students opportunities, because those students who are already there are studying and have better opportunities. But on the issue, so that before I go to the Canada program, or maybe I go to the Canada program so that I can finalize with that. In February 2022, after a series of engagement with a number of universities in Canada, we managed to sign a memorandum of understanding in February 2022 with a number of Canadian universities and colleges. These are Thompson Rivers, Northern Lights, Stenberg College. And parents, again, mobilized resources. We had 4 students who went to Thompson Rivers. We have 12 students who went to Northern Lights. And we have Stenberg. We have 19 students who went to Stenberg University. Later in October, when I had left the fees, because the parents had already paid the fees and the students were able to travel. These parents or students who traveled to Canada paid fees during my tenure. They all traveled and they are all in the universities and colleges studying. I am aware, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a serious problem of students who have not traveled for their overseas students.